I'm Jen Serene, and this is the digital pen plating system by Pepe Tools, and I'm excited to show you how to set it up and use it in this video. Now, these are the earrings that I'm going to be putting some gold plate accents on. I'm thinking I'll just highlight some of the design features. Keeping the pen moving, I'm just slowly going over this area that I want to be gold. Such a fun piece of equipment. This is the plating unit itself. It has these nice little cup holders for your plating solutions that go right in there so they don't wobble or spill while you're using the unit. It comes with the power adapter. This is the pen pleating tool that you will use to literally draw the metal that you're plating with. In my case, it's going to be 24 karat gold. Literally draw gold onto the piece of jewelry you're working on. And these are just additional felt tips that you can purchase to go with the pen plating system. So you'll see that there are some different sized tips, flat on one side, a little more like cone shape on the other. There's a few more like finer tipped ones. So a great variety to be able to use to reach in different kind of areas and to plate different surfaces. You want to be careful to never touch these with your fingers. Either wear gloves when you're putting them into the pen plater, or if you just simply open the bag, you can kind of manipulate them with your fingers, slide the pen in and get it into position, and you're only touching the outside of the bag. So either way works just fine. Now these are the earrings that I'm going to be putting some gold plate accents on. I'm thinking I'll just highlight some of the design features. Rather than traditional plating, you end up submerging the whole piece into the plating solution. So the whole piece gets covered unless you have some sort of a resist on there. This we're literally going to draw with gold where we want it to go. So it's really cool. It's a really neat system. There are different solutions that you can purchase depending on your needs for the piece or what you want to plate with. This one, for example, is actually rhodium plating, which is great to go on white gold if you want to give it that bright white finish. Today, I'm going to be using 24 karat gold plating. Now, these solutions are specific to this unit. You can't use any gold plating system or solution with the system, so keep that in mind. I'm making sure that I have something to protect myself, my clothing, eye protection, and I have some gloves to wear. The first thing I'm gonna do is plug in the adapter. Then I'm just gonna plug it into the unit. You can see on the side. And when it lights up, you know it's working. So the next thing I need to do, now mine are already plugged in, but it's not that big of a deal. I can unplug them. Pen plater. This is what you're going to connect your piece to. It's an alligator clip, so we have to plug this piece into the unit, like that. Now it is almost ready to go. We have the pen applicator, the alligator clip. I have some of my solution in these nice little containers that just sit right here. It's ready to go. There might be some paint on these, but it'll do the job. And I'm just going to attach the earring post to the alligator clip. It just makes it easier to hold this way. If you're doing something like a necklace or a ring, it's okay. It doesn't have to have like an earring post. Just clip it anywhere on the piece. The felt tip that I have in this currently, I have used already. And you can see on here how it's starting to discolor at the end. I want to make sure I'm switching to a new one when this starts to happen so that I'm not transferring any of that dark onto the piece I'm doing. So I'm just gonna remove this. I'm gonna save these and send these to my refiner because they have trace amounts of gold in them, so why not? Save all of your gold stuff. I'm still just going to use the baggie to slide up this felt tip. You can see it sticking out there. And then just put the pen plater in. Now you can put it in either direction. It doesn't have to be the flat end that goes in first. It could be the other way around if you need to use more of a flat point. And then just making sure that it's all the way in there good. It just needs to be all the way in to make sure it's making contact. All right, the next thing I need to do is actually open the solution, and I need to pre-soak this tip for a few minutes. What that does is fully saturate the end so that I'm ready to do the plating. You feel like a chemist or something doing this. I was terrible in chemistry in high school, so. Okay, so I've let this tip soak for a few minutes now, and I am ready to begin plating. Now, one thing that's just kind of a little bit of trial and error, I would say, is figuring out what you want your voltage set at. I began a little bit lower, and maybe for different metals, there's different settings to use. I haven't quite figured all that out yet because I've only been using 24 karat gold on argentium silver. But I am going to start at 4.5 today, is my setting. So I want to be careful not to get the solution on my skin. It is a harsh chemical. So that's why my skin is protected. If something drips, I'm going to want to clean it up. I do have an extra rag handy. Just be smart, like with any kind of harsh chemicals that we use in our studios. So I think for this, I want to do this outside edge here in gold. And so keeping the pen moving, I'm just slowly going over this area that I want to be gold. There are these little holes that you can rest your pen plater in if you need to take a break, switch to another piece, etc. I just finished plating the earrings, and then I rinsed them off with soap and water. Make sure any other chemicals or anything were off of them. And sometimes I've noticed, I don't know if maybe it's just like the metal wasn't as clean as I thought, the gold color is just a little bit dark. But I've noticed if you just take like a polishing cloth, these sunshine ones work just perfectly. Got a little fuzzy in there. You can see the difference maybe. It just brightens it right up. So it's just like a beautiful gold finish. So I'm just gonna clean the other one and give you a close-up. So here you can see the finished product. I do have a pair on too that I'm wearing. I have the two-tone. I have noticed when you have polished silver and you have polished gold and they're really close together, sometimes you don't see the full contrast. But you can always like patina these if you want the silver to be darker and the gold to really stand out. Or if you kind of just like the subtle shine of like that warm gold with the silver, you can leave it how it is. So here is the finished product. How cool is that? You can see right where I painted it on along this kind of diamond shape and left all the rest silver. You can even see on the back how it's all just silver, solid silver, with just that gold plating right where you're gonna see it. So I'm not wasting any material. It's going exactly where I want it to. Still a few fuzzies on there from my polishing cloth, but such a fun piece of equipment.